pocket and finishes it off with confidence.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Now here's Martin. Here's the three. Howard grabs the miss. Howard's got rebound number 7 tonight with the drive.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Now George. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Embiid. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Embiid's gone 1 of 5 from the field. Here's Morrow, and he dunks it down.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
So it's Philadelphia now after the basket by Dallas. Outside Oubre. Screen by Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oubre does a great job there. Finds an avenue, slinks his way in there. And
Something else, man. Wow.
And make it happen. Oh, and bam, taking flight.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
Times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game. And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now here's George. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Starks. Here's Morrow. 4-3. And he trades another one. He's now 10 of 11 from the field.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
George outside. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 16-7 run.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. There's a screen. Over to the left wing. Howard against Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Over Howard. Embiid misses. And Dallas with possession. There's the drive. Starks. And the layup is good off the glass. Starks has got 10 points in the game.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Maxey passes to Oubre. That's tipped. Here's Starks. Nails it from beyond the arc. Starks has got 7 points for the quarter.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. Here's Embiid. The 9-footer's on the mark. Embiid's gotten his second bucket of the game. Here's Edwards. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Oh, they're on fire. The run punctuated by the big trifecta.
And so it's Dallas, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Dallas with possession on the court right now for Dallas. We've got Donovan Mitchell, and it's Newman in at the 2.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Embiid. Jackson outside. Now here's Gordon. Now here's Embiid. Shoots from 12. And Campbell pulls it down.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Yeah, he cut off every angle and then got his body on him. That's a Warriors effort.
Gordon with it. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. Mitchell against Lowry. To the left wing. Fires the 3. That shot off the mark. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Martin outside. Back to Lowry. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Mullen. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by Martin. Here's Heinsohn. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Heinsohn's gotten himself on the board with. The 3 there.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Embiid. From outside the arc. Philadelphia with another miss. Here's Newman, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gordon.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
He was all alone on that one.
He's always a threat to bury a catch-and-shoot jumper. Mitchell doesn't waste time.
George outside. Pass to Embiid. Can they get it? Knocks down the long J.
Impressive offensive versatility for big. He can show you a variety of looks.
It's stolen by Maxey. It's 2-on-1. For 3, George. No luck on that one.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And the shot goes.
Getting the ball inside, usually a pretty good recipe.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Floats one. Pass to Baker. Beyond the arc. Pure from three-point range.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Ooh, poked away. Maxey against Mitchell. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 6 here in the quarter. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And BA, you can't afford to keep coming up empty.
Outside Oubre. Pass to Embiid. 5 to shoot. Donovan Mitchell with a board. Heinsohn passes to Baker. Soft touch off the glass.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And Philadelphia calls time here. There's 53 seconds left in the final quarter. Andre Drummond is checked in for Philadelphia. And Dallas making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Philadelphia now. And here is Maxey to halt the run. Philadelphia with another miss. Here's Lillard. And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
There's 37 seconds left in the game. Outside Oubre. Here's George. There's the drive. And the jam by George.
Come on, BA. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a three-point opportunity.
First team foul.
He misses the free throw.
At the line for the away team, Eldon Campbell. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. 26 seconds left in the fourth. Maxey against Lillard. And it's Maxey missing.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
To the paint. The kick to Tatum. Three-pointer. Here's Campbell. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. It's going to go on Andre Drummond.
Second team foul. At the line for the away team, Eldon Campbell. Shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good. And so it's Dallas winning this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. And time to present our player of the game. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Tonight, it'll be Dallas going up against the Celtics. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now, Dallas' starting group. Anthony Edwards out there with Bam Adebayo. And it starts in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, the two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here we go. And so it's Dallas with it. Howard with the ball. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Launches a 3. And that one's good. Morrow.
Well, this is what he does. Morrow is so deadly on the catch and shoot. As a defender, you really want to try to force him to put the ball on the floor.
Now here's Holiday. Adebayo grabs the board. Edwards, a pass to Morrow. Can't get it to drop. Tatum with some nice D. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. It's a three-point game. Brown can't hit. Pass to Edwards. From behind the arc. And Dallas hits again from deep.
Well, maturity right there shown by Morrow. He calmly sinks another one from deep.
Holiday finds Porzingis. Holiday. The 3 is up. Howard grabs the miss.
But making smart ones.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Tatum against Adebayo. Pass to White. 4 on the clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Boston shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Derek White at the line for 2 shots.
White hits them both.
Well, you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now here's Brown. White with a screen on Edwards. And here's Brown for 3. Buries it from 3.
And check out the handles from Brown. Just carving up the defense like a Thanksgiving turkey.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it. And Dallas making a change here.
Number 22, Johnny Newman.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Howard against Tatum. Adebayo grabs the board. Dallas leading by 5. Here's Howard. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Coming onto the court. Come on and get locked for your Breakers this crew.
Pass to Brown. Fires it. Again, the miss by Boston.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. They trail by 7. Here's Newman. And he buries his first look.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And Boston with some changes. Tillman's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Horford comes in for White. And it's Springer in for Holiday. Mitchell's checked in for Dallas. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
This guy has crazy hops. Brown levitates over the floor.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Now here's Brown. He's got 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pritchard. 3-pointer, no good. Dallas leading by 9. Driving inside hard with both hands.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself and just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And Boston with some changes. Tatum, he's checked in for Tillman. And it's Hauser in for Brown. There's Tatum with the 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
To the left side wing. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. A nice shot by Newman.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here's Mullen. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Dallas on top. They lead by 14. After this break, we'll be back with... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how Dallas is doing, guys, your thoughts?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the court right now for Dallas, we've got Donovan Mitchell, and it's Mullen in at small forward. For three. Out left to the wing. The three. A nice shot by Newman. Newman's got 8.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Pass to Tatum. He takes it in. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
The athletic swing man. I love whenever Tatum goes up with force off the drive.
Mullen, pass to Adebayo. Here's Heinsohn. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Adebayo's got 3 assists now in this one. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Edwards is checked in for Dallas. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now here's Tatum. He's covered closely. Again, the miss by Boston.
When you're that open, do you really need to go with the leaner?
Mitchell with the ball. This one for 3. And Dallas hits again from deep.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
Boston trails by 21. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Springer. Drives to the hoop. And that one is stuffed right through.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Mullen. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mullen's got 5.
You're showing off the floor awareness right there. I love whenever Mitchell looks to share the wealth.
Here's Hauser. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. 2 points. That one goes.
Oh, so smooth inside. Edwards found the opening and exploited it.
So it's Boston now. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Right side Tatum. Clock at 6. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Let's see those dance moves.
So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Hauser. White, he's checked in for Springer. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Starks. Now here's Edwards. Takes the three. Knocks it down from distance. Edwards has got 5 points in the quarter.
Shooting the three with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Back to White. Down low. And the jam by Brown.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Baker. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Dallas?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play, and all that hustle is paying off.
Terrific initiative from the swing man. Brown is smart at understanding when to look to score inside. Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Outside, Brown. Here's Holiday. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Really nice balance, good base, solid rhythm. Holiday can be effective when he's got that kind of stuff from the mid-range going.
Campbell can't hit.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
Edwards for three. Sends it home from three-point land. Edwards has got 8.
Well, Edwards can be so accurate, making shots look easy at times.
And here's Brown for three. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. And so it's Dallas with it. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. There's the triple. And Dallas hits again from deep.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Edwards gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight. Three-pointer. Brown, that's good. 12 points for him.
I mean, he'll just come right back at you. Brown with all the confidence that he can do it better.
Count that bucket.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Dallas. He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. We'll be right back after this word. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown, and it's Holiday in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him. Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
On the wing, Holiday. Porzingis sets a screen. Shoots from 12. The shot by Holiday, no good. Holiday's gone just 1 of 5 from the floor. Here's Howard. Banked it in off the glass. Howard's got his second basket of the game.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. Pass to Morrow. Here's Starks. He's covered by Holiday. Lets the three fly. Boston pulls it in. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Edwards, a pass to Morrow. Adebayo from long range. Knocks down the triple. Adebayo's got 5 now.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes? Wow.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. Brown can't hit. And so it's Dallas with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Pass to Starks. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by White. And White has got the ball here for Boston. Poke loose. Here we go. Here's Howard. Finished off the break. He has 6.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Tatum against Adebayo. Left side Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Howard's shot is good.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
1:49 left in the third quarter. Outside Tatum for 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Adebayo passes to Howard. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist. Adebayo's got his 4th assist in this one. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Pass to Porzingis. And here's Brown. No good on the 3. Here's Morrow. Give him 8 points now. And it's good for 2. Morrow's got 10 points.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Outside, Brown. Here's Starks. Got a hand on it.
Now get that out of there. That's all timing right there. Jrue Holiday continuing hustle play.
Pass to Holiday. Porzingis against Howard. Good by Edwards.
And just an agile move by Edwards inside, allowing him to beat the contact.
Tatum from long range. Howard grabs the miss. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Dallas on top, running away with it. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court right now for Dallas, we've got Mitchell, and it's Campbell in at the 5. Mitchell, good.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Drills it from deep.
You gotta respect the response from Tatum. I mean, this guy just loves to compete.
And Dallas with possession. Campbell gets the bucket.
Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Springer. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
In the NBA, you let anyone shoot inside 5 feet, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Newman. From down in the low post, it goes.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Pass to Horford. Driving in. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Newman. Launches a 3. And it's Donovan Mitchell with a 3. Mitchell's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's always a threat to bury a catch-and-shoot jumper. Mitchell doesn't waste time.
Free throw line jumper. Tatum can't hit. Tatum's gone 4 of 12 shooting from the field. Driving to the basket. That one drops for him. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Back to Pritchard. Springer passes to Hauser. Here's Springer. Outside Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. It's by Boston. Here's Newman. And he's the hustle stats for Dallas.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Heinsohn passes to Mitchell. From behind the arc. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
From deep. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And Horford gets it to go.
Big Al wasting no time there. Nice looking shot.
The drive by Mitchell. And Mitchell with the slam.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Here's Pritchard. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Screen by Horford. And it's Tatum missing.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Here's Mitchell, and Mitchell with the slam.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Pass to Springer. 36 seconds left in the game. And Campbell pulls it down. Now here's Mitchell. Carries it down low.
Yeah, Mitchell putting on a clinic of his skills in this one. Take note. Kids.
Here's Pritchard, checked by Mitchell. Here's Pritchard. Again, the miss by Boston. And Mitchell with the slam.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
And so it's Dallas winning this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Moments away, it'll be Brooklyn going up against Dallas. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Luka Doncic. Bam Adebayo is out there with Juwan Howard. Then there's Starks, and it's Newman in at the small forward position. And for the Nets, the guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. Ben Simmons is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Claxton in at the 5. Roaming the paint. Here we go. He'll be the Nets off the tip. Now Schroeder. Outside Thomas. Schroeder setting the pick for Thomas. Fires away from outside. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Here's Claxton following the score by Dallas. Here's Schroeder. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Newman with the bucket.
Just more and more comfortable the guys are when Bam has the ball and they cut. They know they're going to get it.
Schroeder against Doncic. Schroeder outside. Claxton a screen on Starks. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Adebayo. And they're on the break. Here's Howard. And Howard slams it home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Brooklyn with the ball. 6-point game. Deflects the pass. Schroeder passes to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Newman. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Bogdanovich passes to Claxton. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And here is Thomas. Pass to Simmons. Claxton a screen on Howard. Here's Simmons. Misses off the right iron. And so here is Dallas. Here's Newman. From the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Newman's got 5.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Brooklyn trails by 5. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Cameron Thomas. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Inside, puts it up from 7. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
He may not be the strongest inside presence, but still, he's got to convert from there.
You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project, and certainly Miami was able to do that. You have to credit Bam. It's been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Now here's Simmons. Scoreless thus far. There's 45 seconds left in the first. Larson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharps checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Johnson comes in for Ben Simmons. Williams, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Cameron Thomas in for Shake Milton. And then for Dallas, Rodman, he's checked in for Adebayo. Kevin Durant comes in for Juwan Howard. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for John Starks.
Nice decision-making by Schroeder there with a terrific assist.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rodman down low, defended by Sharp, buries it down low.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Here's Thomas after Dennis Rodman's bucket there. 5 on the clock. Tries from 16. No good. Shot missing.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And so it's Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the floor for Dallas, Durant is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Anthony Morrow. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Larson in at the 3 slot.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Pass to Schroeder. Sharp with a screen on Doncic. Schroeder passes to Sharp. Out to the right wing. Launches it. A rebound by the Nets.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Williams can't hit. Dallas leading by 16. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Drops in the tray.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Rodman with the bucket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Schroeder. He has yet to score. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Changes for Brooklyn. And Simmons, he's checked in for Cameron Johnson. Bogdanovich comes in for Williams. And it's Whitehead in for Thomas. Newman's checked in for Dallas. Starks comes in for Anthony Morrow. Now here's Schroeder. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Schroeder. Simmons got his first points of the game. Dallas leading by 19 points. Here's Newman. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Schroeder against Doncic. Schroeder surveying the floor. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Here's Doncic. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Kicks it out to Rodman. Durant for 3. Drills the three-pointer. KD's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Nets. A minute 50 left in the second quarter. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
And so the ball out of bounds. Rodman touched it last. Thomas checked in for Brooklyn. Adebayo is checked in for Dallas. Morrow comes in for Doncic. 1:33 left here in the second. Outside Thomas. And Simmons kicks to Bogdanovich. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-5 run here. Got that bucket in no time at all. Newman's got 10 points in the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Thomas. He has 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Thomas gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Adebayo drives in. He gets it in there.
Well, the energy on Bam's drive to the basket is really something the defense has to contend with. Hard to slow him down.
Claxton kicks it out to Schroeder. Beyond the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Schroeder's gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, there's a nice answer from an operator in Kevin Durant. You hit a 3, you know he's coming back at you.
Thomas, no good. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
From downtown, he doesn't hit that one. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's Dallas opening up a huge gap. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. Ben Simmons is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bogdanovic in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. And here's Schroeder after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Pass to Simmons. Now here's Thomas. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Dallas. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
That's good from Howard. And here's Brooklyn. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother, and Kevin Bam's main motivation.
What's up?
In life was to get her out of that trailer.
Nothing. What's up with you?
Now, arguably a top 25 player. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. Still yet to score. Will it go? It's Schroeder with the drive. Dallas with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Outside Thomas. Simmons looking it over. Pass to Schroeder. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. On the basket by Starks. Starks has got his 2nd bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Great open look there. Schroeder's got 5 points so far.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Dallas.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to Schroeder. An easy 2 points on the layup. He has 7.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And a wide open look for Simmons. A 3-pointer off the mark. Simmons gone 1 of 4 from the field. It's Howard with the drive. Makes it off the glass. Howard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Now here's Simmons. Baseline try. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Doncic, count the basket. And that's 11 points for... Luka Doncic.
Creating space. Doncic will move defenders around.
Schroeder dishes to Bogdanovic. Back to Schroeder. Howard against Simmons. Pass to Bogdanovic from 18 feet away. It's rebounded by Dallas. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Starks has got 6.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Bogdanovic wide open. And again, it's the Nets missing. Dallas with the ball. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Count it. Good.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Now here's Schroeder. 7 points in the game. Bogdanovic looking around. Claxton sets the screen for Bogdanovic. And it's Bogdanovic again missing. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Newman. The rebound by the Nets.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Here's Starks. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Dallas delivering the blow. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. It's the Nets now. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Anthony Morrow out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Dennis Rodman. And it's Durant. And it's Larson in at the 3. And then Sharp with the dunk.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And that one.
Let's do it.
For him.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Sharp finds Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's Sharp missing. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And Morrow has it in the corner. Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, Morrow showing some discipline there. Rarely takes a bad shot from behind the arc.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Johnson outside. The tray. Dennis Rodman pulls it in. To the middle. Morrow, no good. And here's Brooklyn. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Count that one.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Rodman passes to Larson, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
And the Nets with possession here. Pass to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Ben Simmons comes in for Johnson. Bogdanovich is checked in for Williams. And it's Cameron Thomas in for Shake Milton. Stolen by Durant. Here's Larson. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Dallas.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Now, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Here's Morrow. And he makes good on the layup. Morrow's got 5 points in the quarter. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside Bogdanovich. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. It's good.
For all the work he does on the perimeter, you can't forget about Bogdanovich inside.
Here's Larson. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Schroeder passes to Bogdanovich. Fires the 3. No good there.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Here's Schroeder. Outside, Simmons. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Down low. Stolen by Mitchell. Going inside. And the basket by Morrow. And that put a hush over the crowd.
Wow, I mean, took these fans out of the game in the blink of an eye.
And Simmons kicks to Bogdanovich. To the paint. And Simmons slams it in.
And at his size, all Simmons needs is prime-time positioning, and he's golden. A fantastic dunker.
And there it is for him.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Here's Schroeder. Larson with the rebound. Dallas calls timeout. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And putting some muscle behind his play, Bogdanovich goes right through contact.
Here's Wilkins. Ben Simmons with the rebound. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Crafty move. Bogdanovich, no luck. And so it's Dallas with him. Here's Mitchell. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson.
And bursting. Through inside. So difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
Schroeder outside. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Luka Doncic.
Gary Payton was carded with the fast shots. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
I went to your corner. My bad. Here you go.
Take that.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Danny.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Good defense by Kawhi.
It really is.
Oh.
Doesn't matter, though.
Wow.
Ooh, now it's not comfortable.
This Paul George is moving too. Current level 40.
And as soon as he come walking my way,
Look at those moves.
you
man.
won't hear